What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hard Carry, where we're carrying Call of Duty League matches straight to you. We're here today, Major 5 tournament, losers semifinals, the Toronto Ultra versus the New York Subliners. One is going to go on to face the Rocker in the losers finals, and the other will go home 4th place. Let's check out the intros.
In Toronto, it is time. It is standing room only here at the Major. And I've even taken a few lessons of how to say Toronto. Apparently there's no T, which some of you lovely people pointed out to me yesterday. But what I can promise you is not only I'll be better going forward, but the games will be as well. Two teams here, both having won a major this year. But here's what's important. Going forward from this point, it is all to play for. There are only 3 more games in this major, and then 1 more championship. So there are no excuses, and there's no more time to waste. Let's bring out the first team. Please make some noise for the New York Subliners.
Boo! Just kidding. Hail Hydra.
Hydra, Skies, Kismet, Freestar. They're from the Big Apple. You think they're afraid of an acorn? They want to get that trophy, and they got Hydra, one of the MVPs, to try and get it done. Kismet looks serious on that stage. He has been an absolute beast, and they're going toe-to-toe on Toronto's best maps. Let's bring out the hometown team. Well, last and certainly not least, time for the tunnel. Time for the fans to make some noise. Please welcome your hometown heroes. It's Toronto Ultra! Scrap, Pixie, Insights, Kleenex.
Be careful on those hands. They're insured for $1 million each.
Toronto Ultra, 2 rookies on the team, and I think I saw a sign that said Charlie in the Headshot Factory. They have been putting up the numbers.
Charlie in the Headshot Factory.
On the biggest of stages, and now they need to do it again in front of their home crowd. I'm looking at the vets, Insight and Kleenex, to turn up for this series to get another W against New York Subliners. It all starts here to take home their own trophy. It's time to get this match underway.
All right, thank you very much. The players are taking their seats. The teams are ready. The fans have it. It's time to hand over to the casters for this one. A wonderful man and his friend, it's Lando and Studdy.
Oh, you didn't have to do that, Brian. You didn't have to do that. Jay, we absolutely love you, buddy. We've got a banger right before our very eyes. The hometown Toronto Ultra taking on, well, their neighbors in the New York Subliners. This is about to be crazy, Jay. What? Winner of this goes on to see top 3 facing off against Rocker. Loser is out, top 4.
This is going to be an insane matchup. We already saw it once at this tournament. It went all the way to a game number 5, and Hixie did it all to secure that victory for Toronto Ultra. That's actually insane to say that they were able to beat the Subliners with 3 players underneath a 1.0 KD, including Scraps. The Dets touched on it. He had a 0.7, which is the worst series I've ever seen him play all throughout this year. But if Scrap is going to play the way that he did yesterday, 1.2 versus LAT for the clean 3-0. Toronto Ultra, the hometown team, they got the crowd buff. This is going to be an exciting match.
Yeah, it is going to be electric. As you said, my friend, we saw these 2 teams match up for their first matchup here at the Toronto Major. It went down. It feels like
control is the turn.
Let's get into it.
This map in this series for me, that middle one and that map number 3 is going to decide who gets the W.
The hotel we start, and ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be here for a while. It's Hotel Hardpoint, S&D, and Control. We are hoping that we can see something other than this hotel, but it's going to be our landing location for the next 3 nights. Let's have ourselves a great series. Who's moving on and whose tournament run ends right here.
All right.
It's time to find out as we fly in for P1.
Ultra on the good side.
If you are the Ultra, the way you were able to take down the Subliners in that last hard point, the previous series was
Guys,
just
3 big kills.
And that's not the way you want to start. Subliners spawn on the better side. They're going to get that P1 time. They're getting all 4 dead and already flipping the spawns. Perfect start to this hard point for the Subliners.
I don't know if we've seen a better start than this. Guys, already hitting different. Toronto quickly on the back foot are going to have to adapt and going to have to re-strategize. First goal is to get Skies out of this objective. Tagged up, but still yet to fall. He continues on that spree, but it's Scraps and Kleenex who at least wipe away 2. Toronto still in search of that first point, and finally, there it is.
And you will take that if you are Subliners. You get 33 seconds off of P1, which is very difficult to do. But now you are fully set up off the rotation. Kismet holding down the main desk. You have all of Toronto Ultra trying to apply pressure through Sandy's side. That's 3, make it all 4 dead. But at least Toronto do get at least 1 player in the close spawn. Insight's in a position to make a play happen.
Right now for Jamie Craven, he's got to go big. Thankfully, a few of his teammates are winning fights off of spawn, so it's going to lighten the load for him. Not as much pressure, but into the front they go. Insight ends up winning that fight. Trophies out. Camp is starting to be set on up.
Oh, wow.
Kismet and Hydra, who answered
NYSL up 50 points already.
It's the French phenom who takes the crucial 1v1, and still it is New York locking up the seconds. Ultra still knocking on the door, but not today.
And Skies is rotating.
Point. Toronto Ultra, they're the #1 breaking team on Hotel HP.
Caught him, though.
But they have not been able to find success now on 2 hard points. But off the rotation, finally the Ultra, first team here. They got the opportunity to get set up in towards the kitchen. You got Scraps watching the back lines as the Subliners going to put pressure over towards bedroom. You know they have a lot of time to work with the lead that they have. Let's go for those spawns and try to flip.
Toronto have been dominant versus New York all season long, and it started with hard points, and it specifically started a lot with hotel hard points. Priest in an interview said, hey, our game 1s are what give us confidence. This begins to stress the importance for both of these teams. For Toronto, you're expected to take this hard point. For New York, you desperately need it.
Huge
and right
kills.
Now, they're playing like
that's
it's
another
on the
break.
top of their mind. Another spree coming out from
for 30
NYSL,
seconds.
and this time it's Hydra. The quick break as New York get closer to the century mark.
And this is the worst breaking map for the Subliners. They're sitting at 7th in the league. Every other map, they are a lot better, but they are making the proper adjustments, making the right plays. They currently find themselves on a 12, make it 13 team streak. Until Kismet does get taken down, Subliners are not making any mistakes. Hydra, the MVP of this roster, already on a 7th streak. He earns himself that cruise missile, and it's going to be Subliners again winning another rotation.
Oh my God! Hydra is beaming right now. Feels like it's his world and we're just living in it. We'll see if he can keep this on up as Toronto desperately getting some points. Paco eventually drops him from there. Toronto with the early break over at Bar. And who would have thought it's Insight helping lead the way. Great little headshot will make things a little bit easier for the teammates. As Toronto are relying on this hard point, Jay, to get them right back in this game.
Yeah, so far it's been a great hold, but Subliners, they combine for 2, make it 3 down. They're not able to flip those spawns. Hydra knows that at least 1 player is going to be towards back spa. The rest are going to spawn out towards bottom bedroom. And Ultra, they're not budging. They are holding on to this remaining time. Kleenex is able to find 3. Him and Hixie combine for 3 in a row. And now get a full 60 hold over towards the double desk. And now it comes down to the rotation. Ultra starting to turn up.
And these transition kills are going to be big. Since Kleenex falls, it then gives New York numbers. However, they do have somebody currently going on a flank. How about Insight? He's been the guy leading the way, jumping out of hard points first, and now he's trying to make the flanks. He does fall, but as you said, Jay, Scrappy ends up finding 2 in sequence. Oh, it's a big battle from the front. That spree comes to an end as Priesta wins a big one. It's an all-out headbutt right now inside the restaurant. And it's 2 big ones that come in from Ultra. Another flank as Hixie now finds himself on 7.
And now he earns himself that cruise missile. The pitch was beautiful right there from the Ultra. It starts with Scratch.
Nicely done from Hixie.
Now Hixie's doing the rest. He does get taken down, and now Subliners maintain that kitchen side, knowing that that next hill is going to be towards top flat. But if you are Ultra, just get as much time as you possibly can in towards the diner. Trades are going back and forth. Kleenex finds another one, and with only 15 seconds left, New York now have to make the decision. We got to back up. We got to play for next.
Jay, how different have these last few hard points looked from what you've seen?
Now Ultra back into this one.
What has Toronto done to get right back in this game?
They're finding breaks, man. You're sending a couple players off the rotation.
High game,
they're winning those initial gunfights. They didn't start off like that, but ever since that started to
went
turn
on a
around,
crazy
they are
spree.
making the plays happen. And Insight does
Now
it with the
Insight
tag.
heating up 9 and 11.
Now, if you are Toronto Ultra, you invest that cruise missile. You know that they're spawning across the map. You have the opportunity to get the break and take the lead.
See if they can manage to do so. The cruise missile really ends up being somewhat void, at least information at the very least. But right now it is New York locking up the seconds. A great nade over the top from who other than Insight. Oh, really makes it 6 in a row. The other cruise missile would have been nice, but we continue to battle for the final 30 as Hixie does decide to put a toe
should
inside.
Get some good time here,
New York can get
but New York right up on him.
Or if this streak from Toronto can only look to continue, everybody wiped off the board.
Beaming them from across the map.
Right, there's only 15 seconds left towards top flat, and we go into our second set of hard points. You know what Toronto Ultra are going to try to do this time around. Just maintain those P2 spawns. You cannot allow the Subliners to blow this lead again. Now they're already thinking ahead. They flip the spawn. Subliners spawning over towards Jacuzzi side. They're more focused on finding these kills, but Ultra, they're not budging. They know how important this moment is.
They do indeed. Toronto, you can tell the stress, how valuable they realize that right side of the screen is going to be for next. The current 20-point game.
Do not have the rotation as this right side of the map is P2 over here.
Favorites, the Ultra
but Kismet is trying to work his way over
one
there.
shot right side time. Or right side window, right side window.
Don't catch, Julie Hill.
Yeah, jumped on me.
Right window.
Front lobby, really weak, Casey. Right in lobby. Give me on lobby dash. Give me on lobby dash. Lobby dash. Let's go in. Let's get this all time. Come, stay there, Toby. Lobby. Double. Absolute lobby. Absolute. Lamps. Lobby dash. One shot lobby. I'm dead.
Couches.
Nice. Give me bedroom. I might love it. Swap.
I'm leaving all. Hey, put the lamps again. Look at you can make that. Nice, good shit. Cross the. Yeah, gonna be bed.
I'm gonna go swap.
Priest this guys. I spawn backstairs with you. I've seen you spawn.
Short to connector. Short to connector. Gonna hit my double probably.
I have to block Jimmy, okay? Yeah, I can't help.
Doubles.
Watching you lobby, Toby. Watching you lobby.
2D2.
Stay the fuck out of that, Toby.
Catch camp. There's
good.
One lobby.
Lobby now, hitting. Lobby rig, left corner.
One spot.
Is it spa?
Yeah, spa.
Yep, I
Spa now.
One's gonna be hole.
Behind me, yeah, engine.
On the stairs, I'm on lobby. Left corner lobby, I'm on the stairs.
Tell them myself, one lobby. Nice back steps. Two back steps.
Lobby.
Already lobby.
Nice,
Alright,
James.
luggage. Laying down, hold the spot.
The guy's lobby, one shot priest. Front lobby now on time.
So spa.
Lobby in spot.
Left corner.
Luggage,
He's
behind luggage now.
there.
So luggage now. Kids.
I spawn out lobby now. Pinch. I might be able to get pinch in the middle.
Yeah, he's gone down.
Do you want a bullet?
Kill me, two of them.
Okay.
25. Find us.
One ran out. I think one ran out middle.
Lobby dash,
Nice. I'll rotate, you guys hit that.
Sky's priest.
Good doubles now.
That Jeremy.
Skies.
I'm leaving you.
Backstairs.
Sky's the road, I think.
Needs
pitch
to
your cat, right?
Priest and Kiss.
Put your cat right
Yeah, Sky's back door. Hit him twice.
back door. It is dead.
Nice, good shit. Hydra kids.
Full 60 right here, boys.
That's one old, careful boys.
Right side.
Trying to get away. Could be in front of me.
I'm chilling there right now.
You might be in the back.
Storage your cat.
Look at storage now.
You heard the man Scrappy call it. We need a full 60 here, boys, and we'll see if they can attain it. It is New York looking to break to get this game out of the way. And that's the perfect way to kick it off if you are a Subliner fan. Make Toronto continue to sweat as they are finding kills everywhere.
Yeah, Subliners, they have been able to turn this game on its head. They find the break over towards P2. You force Toronto Ultra to early rotate and then instantly find the break in towards Kitchen. They finally breached that 200-point mark. Ultra have a couple bodies around the hill. Hixie and Kleenex do combine for 2, but now it's on Kismet and Priesta. They do find 2. Now it's a 1v1.
Priesta, great kill there to hold on to this
Final
Kitchen
20
hill.
going to the Subliners. They only need 30 points to take map 1.
Yeah, and this is just the New York that we've been seeing making such a wild run through the elimination bracket. They've won their last 9 maps straight, all 3-0s. The hard points have been electric, and a lot of it has been based off of this type of play style. Constant breaks,
26 points for the
enemy
win.
have to switch
New York
every
already
single
on the
second.
hill.
And that cannot describe the way that this
But
hard point
a
has
good
gone.
break here
More
from Ultra
Toronto
to use their numbers and push in.
Every single
NYSL gonna have to make a play here
we'll
together
see if they can get something
to
going
break
here
Toronto.
at the bar. These 45 seconds would be great, but again,
Kismet, 2 big kills.
Constant aggression being displayed from the boys in yellow.
It's just too much pressure right now from the Subliners. But at least you're able to stabilize the moment. You find 3 kills. They're controlling the spawn. Subliners continuously spawning over towards bedroom. Great shots as Insight finds that kill onto Kismet. But this is 30 seconds that you definitely need. You have to send a couple players off that rotation. It's going to be scrapping the first engagement. He loses that fight. It's 20.
Inside.
Such a massive,
good kill.
massive amount of junk time with 15 seconds.
Ultra
it's going to look like the
holding
Subliners
when they have to. They still need one more good hold to put themselves
you do have one player,
back in the lead.
who was snuck on by, but he cannot get past Hydra. Subliners win another rotation.
Great trades, effective ones at the very least from New York. First job done if you're Toronto, but This is where the
13 seconds for the win.
First wave down, that's going to be Priesta. Now here come the other New York players. Every time that we have seen Toronto and New York play on Hotel, the last 3 games have come down to just mere seconds. Can Ultra make it a contest fest again? It looks like it. Kismet.
Oh, Kiz.
Get some assistance.
Gets all 4.
Give it to the Bulldog as we are only a few seconds away. And there it is.
New York Subliners. Gonna put it out. Kismet is pumped. Show him, baby. Tell him.
Subliners come out
like
swinging in map number 1. They win a couple key rotations.
Yes, great map there from New York Subliners to really put it on the Toronto Ultra nice and early with a map win on that Hotel Hardpoint. Great job there. I love it. I love to see that. I love to see that teamwork. And against a really good team like Toronto too, the New York Subliners really are impressing me. It's Hydra 32 and 22, Kismet 33 and 29. Absolutely slaying out, doing work for the New York Subliners. Let's see if we can find map number 2.
Overall S&D KD, we saw him drop 18 and break the record on a map individually. And then he's also number 1 at getting first bloods. He's just been taking his gameplay to a whole different level. So can he try to continue that here on the second night stay at the hotel? Battles between him and Kleenex. Which SMG is going to win that one-on-one fight?
We will see. Interesting thing about Toronto is we're talking about first bloods. Hydra's been great for New York. The first blood king lately for Toronto has actually been Scrappy. He's been putting up excellent numbers lately in those opening engagements, so expect him to be involved in many opening engagements. Hydra versus Scrappy. It feels like the 2 players in the series and the 2 players to look out for in the S&D along with many others. In round 1 we go, and it's Insight starting things off with the first blood.
That's a big first blood, and Scraps able to take down Skies as well. So now it's just the Priest in Hydra. Hydra puts himself in a great position to take down Scrap. Now with 3v2, but he still knows that there's 1 player in towards bottom bedroom. Does he commit towards this one-on-one versus Insight while Priest is working mid?
Oh, and as Priest falls, this is going to be opening for Hydra to walk away with 1, but it's not going to happen. Great little snap there from Insight as he'll walk away with 2. And we'll get to watch this gunfight again. Just gets the audio cue from Hydra, goes for the quick turnaround. Exactly what you want to see from Ultra as they answer in our first, and it's only 1 kill that goes the way of New York.
And you can already tell these teams have definitely played each other on this map. Toronto Ultra make the adjustments early. You put Insight towards bottom bedroom with that AR, Scrap towards top. You know that Skies like to play towards the Godheady. They try to go for that rush plant, so both of those players get the initial fights. Ultra take round number 1. Now to the attack they go. It's a 2-2 split inside the bomb carrier. But you have Kleenex who's trying to take pace.
Utility tossed. Kleenex. Another first blood found from Toronto. And with that, we'll see if they can start to build upon it. You've got a few players starting to roam around. If you are New York, player number 7, about to get an engagement. Great victory there from Kismet. Scrap able to escape with his life. So with that, New York not wanting to bow down. They aggress, gain control over the top side of the map, and that now forces Toronto to pivot.
Yeah, Toronto Ultra, they get all the info. Just start to push out bedroom. Let's just try to get this bomb down. One player on this side of the map is going to be Skies, but I don't know if he's going to have an opportunity to contest this bomb before it gets planted. He does not, and Insight might have got the perfect read. He does. Finds that kill, throws a shoulder. Where are the teammates?
Oh, and Kismet eventually finds him clean. Oh, he's got to be there earlier.
Wow.
Kismet, are you serious?
Scrap can still do this. 1v2.
25 seconds and Scrap. You got to keep a level head. The rookie, can he find the 1v2 versus the SMG duo on the other side? He's got to stay strong. He's got to stand tall, and he's able to do it for the first time. Continues to tick. Paco has got to go. Hydra able to hop on it only for a moment, but Scrap is going to be here for the round.
Hydra gets the kill, but Scrap clutches the round.
Kismet gave us the highlight, but Scrap rewards us with the clutch. What nearly went the other way ends up finding Toronto favorably. 2-0.
And I thought Kleenex, once he threw that stun, that was some really bad timing, but Scraps, he was not worried, put himself in a great clutch spot. Just stalled out that clock as long as he possibly could. If I'm Hydra in that situation, you got to get closer to Kismet. You can't allow Scraps to get that kill and then back down, play the clock for the rest of the remaining time, and then clutch up on the round.
You got to get the trade
Ultra
there.
now up 2-0. Back on the defense. It's been 2 first bloods on their side so far. Now Kismet's going to be the bomb carrier. All lot of pressure over towards the diner, and the only player here is Hixie. What can he do?
But it's a bit of a distraction, right? Because you have 3 players from New York inside a restaurant. Meanwhile, that bomb, not even close. Early engagement this time. It is New York who walk away with the first blood. Prior to, went the way of Toronto. Skies. Oh! Ends up beating
Whoa!
I thought that was not going to work out, but it's disaster inside a fridge. And with that, we now find ourselves in a 2v2.
Yeah, it's a 2v2 now. If you are the Subliners, it's not the way you were thinking that this round was going to go. But to get the bomb down, can Kismet get out with his life? No, he cannot. Scrap finds the timing. Now it's Priesta in the 1v2.
All left up to P-Dog. Can he hold down this site? Are we about to see another 1v2? Can New York get their first round on the board? It's time for Toronto to aggress. Priesta, for 1, tries to get out with his life. He's successful in doing so. Insight, who has been so clutch. Can he catch the nade? He's got to stay alive. Tagged up.
Oh!
Takes it regardless.
He hit him with the nade, and Insight still gunned him.
Giving Toronto 3 straight.
And that's Insight, known for all the S&D clutches he has in his back pocket. Does not budge when that nade enters the kitchen. He holds strong on the pre-aim and takes down Priesta in the 1v1. Another clutch round right there out of Ultra. You just got to think back of that mishap out of Subliners. That team nade. Takes down 2 players, makes it a 2v2, and Insight takes full advantage of it. Toronto, 3-0.
How poised is Insight in a situation like that? The one player who's been with Toronto Ultra the longest out of the others. And right now coming away with the clutch round, but into round 4 we go. And it's once again New York starting off with the first blood. Last time around that obviously did not go their way. Quite a few shenanigans. We'll see if they can begin to adapt and finally put one up for them. But take a look at this route from Hixie. Knows the angle from Kismet.
You know those kids like to play up there. I've seen kids play up there many a time.
It's like an engagement can come. How about Hixie? Finds it and escapes.
It's a good shoulder.
That's how you make a play if you are the island player. You do your homework. You know that Kismet loves to watch some TV.
Yep.
So you get that first kill. Make it a 3v3.
Even I knew that.
You allow your teammates to potentially work this bomb plant towards A. They get the info onto Skies. Can they hold him in this corner? Scraps does take down Hydra. Priest is there for the trade. 2v2 with 30 seconds.
Inside, he tried to suck it in, but unfortunately for him, Pillar just a little bit too small. Now into the 2v2 we go. Hixie in the middle of rocking dead silence. Shots raining here throughout Hotel. That bomb is going to get down shortly. Problem being, bomb carrier's fallen. Now it is all on to Hixie. No, not going to happen.
Is that
New
a
York
trade?
finally able to answer.
Much needed round. I thought one Kismet lost that 1v1. It's going to get very scary for the Subliners.
It was a trade.
In their bedroom setup.
They killed
Skies
each
was able to stay alive through bottom luggage.
I guess he didn't kill Skies.
And Priesta with the crossfire through the middle of the map takes down
Thought
the
he
bomb
killed Skies.
carrier. 1v2. You get a couple sound cues. You turn to your left. You win the gunfight. New York finally get one on the board. Back to the attack they go. But they are the second best team on the attacking side. Just can't be getting that first pick. You got to play for that quick plant. Force Toronto Ultra to move around a little bit.
Utility tossed all throughout the map. Sniper being brought out from Skies. In the meantime, there's quite a few players hanging out in the middle side of the map for Toronto. Many players right now hanging out in the bedroom, both top and bottom. And Scraps looks to reposition. This could be great timing on the Sky. Snipers out for both sides.
Every time I try to jump on
not
that
able to
heady, I
they're not able to
miss.
hit it. He, meanwhile, actually does get hit with a sniper shot. So he's able to stay alive. And in the meantime, Hydra, who has dropped Toronto, escaped with a huge situation right there. 4v3. And now for New York, it's all about finding a
Look
pick.
at that island fight.
Down the playmaker in
2v8.
Hydra.
Hixie and
Subliners
Priesta.
gonna play nice and slow. Hixie gets the info onto where Priesta is playing. Not gonna commit to the chow. You know that the Subliners have to put that bomb down to win this round. And time is starting to tick with only 30 seconds left. The play might be made for them. You got to commit over towards A. And just like that, Scraps is able to line it up with the snipe. It's another 4v2.
Oh, Kleenex not able to turn, so still 2 versus 3. 1 man down on New York, but they still have got to get that bomb down. Currently, it is Priesta on Overwatch. Insight, you bet he's going to win a gunfight like that. And now it's all down to Kismet. Does rock dead silent, so he will manage to escape for the time. Great positioning overall toward the top side. Has eyes on bomb. And can he come away with the clutch? Eyes on 2, but can't finish. He can't finish either gunfight.
Nicely done.
And with that being the case, Toronto used their numbers favorably.
Yeah, there's just 2. Get out. Kills you're able to get out with your life. It's a lot more manageable of a play. When you try to go for a snap to get 2 instead of 1, you eventually get none. Toronto Ultra take the round, now up 4-1.
Need an answer. Right now, if you're NYSL, it feels like so many times, whether it's the opening engagements, they just haven't really been able to capitalize on. A lot of the clutch moments favoring the boys on Toronto. In need of an answer here in this next defense, and Hydra, player number 5 on the minimap, could be the one to do it. Early shots are out, and Priesta, great victory there on to Scrap. As we said, New York needed to find something, and right now they're doing great work. That's not just Scrappy out of the fight, but the bomb carrier and Hixie down too.
Yeah, so now it's inside Kleenex left in the 4v2. Bomb down in towards the diner. Kismet gets that info. Now he's holding strong behind the benches. 2v4 scenario, you just got to win a couple one-on-ones, and unfortunately Kleenex does not do it. So Inside already has a 1v2 underneath your belt. How about a 1v4?
That would be something special. That would be absurd. Do you have it in you, Jamie? Known as a clutch player, and right now needs the ice. Not going to happen. Hydra will put away the final kill. A round that we said NYSL had to take, and Jay, they take it emphatically. All starting with the great beamer coming in from Priesta.
Wow, look at that long range, fast shot.
Second, and then the 4v2 with the bomb down. Both players from
Hydra
Toronto
is
Ultra have to win
else.
some insane gunfights. Subliners, they weren't nervous. They clutch up on the round. Stay alive in the search and destroy. Now down 4-2. Into the swing round we go. Subliners just need to find some success on these attacking rounds. Ultra have been able to shut them down every time over towards A. Try to go over towards B.
And that's just a testament to both these teams playing each other so often, knowing the strategies, the tendencies. But as you called it, a lot of the hits at 8 not working for New York. How about we adapt? How about we change? Kismet finding one in Hixie, who was looking for a bit of information. And with that, he will falter. New York instantly in for the plant. 2 players in Overwatch, a big gunfight about to go down. It's Toronto looking for an entry, looking for an opening. Scrappy looking for the shots through the wall. And he actually finds one.
Wow.
Wow.
He's able to take down Priesta, makes it a 3v3. Now, Kismet doesn't have that silence best. He's potentially going to come right behind Scrap. No, he's not. Insight saves his life.
Oh!
And Kleenex is on the flank, but was a 4v3. He's now all left up to Skies.
Skies left all by himself. Oh, shots in everywhere as Toronto. Hot on the retake. It's Scrappy. Amazed by what just occurred. It looked like New York had everything going for him. And we'll get to watch the wall bang again. Scrap, picture perfect, firing through the brick wall.
The fact that Scrap is able to hit that wall bang, make it a 3v3. We think that Kismet has a freebie when he's coming up behind Scrap, but Insight shows the teamwork, saves his teammate's life. And then Kleenex wins the one-on-one into Diner. A complete breakdown right there from the Subliners. He's now going to put Toronto Ultra at game point. Just one round away from tying up the series. Be all out pressure from the Subliners through the middle of the map. And Ultra going for the blind counter. Let's just get this bomb down, take control of the map.
Breadstick,
Perfect stun.
1 and 5.
Insight. So New York, who were trying to send everybody through middle, they instantly get halted, and now they're going to have to take the long route back through the bedroom. You got someone also trying to make sure the restaurant's clear. So really 3 players out of the fight over at A. Priesta.
Wow. Gun
One
Kleenex.
who was here ends up winning that fight. Skies takes down another.
Why did Insight even
retake. New York, you've got numbers. Can Scrappy and Hixie, the longtime duo, can they come away with the clutch to close out the game? No, not going to happen. They both fall in stride, and from there, New York, perfect retake.
Wait too.
Priesta Subliner player behind you there for that one. As the Subliners stay alive again in the search and destroy. Clutch up on the defensive round. But they just need to find some kind of success on attack, man. They keep getting retake on both of these sites. They're usually super successful over towards A. But Hydra can't be the player to drop early.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's like, if you're New York, okay, A's not working. Let's go over to B. Okay, somehow Scrappy kills one of us through the wall. Nothing is working on attack, but can it start to really manifest itself? Hydra goes to the Dolphin Dive. He drops 2 players already out of the fight, and respectively, it's for either side. Skies narrowly able to dodge the nade, tosses out the trophy, says a prayer as we continue to battle early on here in this round. Who can come away with another? Skies not able to escape.
Wow,
there.
Toronto.
It is Toronto.
The aggression really paid off on that round. Tie up the map count 1-1 with that S&D win. Toronto really wants this one for the home crowd. But man, that wallbang was something else. I always forget that you can wallbang through those because those guys, see, he just shredded Priesta through that wall. That was crazy. But Toronto gonna tie up the map count. Insight 8-4, Scrappy 8-6. Skies ended up with 2. He was 2-7, but still not the best map for Skies. Let's find map number 3. Check out the Toronto skyline.
That I would love to call home at some point. Jay, this place is absolutely amazing. We have had a blast. You can see the fans having a wonderful, wonderful time and preparing for this upcoming game number 3 between their Toronto Ultra and the New York Subliners. Jay, we're getting ready to head into Control, and it's our final night at the hotel, and it's going to be a very fun night given their prior history. We got some crazy numbers with New York. Talk to me about it.
This is the most important map. The most important map in the entire series. Every time Toronto Ultra take down the Subliners, it's always in the Control. They get the Control win, they see the W at the very end. The one time Subliners were able to beat them, they actually took the Control. So this map is everything for both of these two teams. We saw it go all the way down to round number 5. Subliners were up 25-12 with 7 seconds remaining. Toronto were able to extend that time by capturing B, but then with only 12 lives left, you cannot fumble that opportunity. So I know the Subliners are itching to get back on the map to try to fix those mistakes, because this is everything in the series.
It absolutely is. This map very well decides who wins this series and moves on to face off against Minnesota. New York, we talked about the numbers, 26-2 in series when they win Control, 2-15 in series when they lose it. We'll see if New York can come out on top or if Toronto can get things going early. And how about that? Wonderful work from Hixie. He is pivoting all throughout the map, tossing out nades, throwing out shots, 1 HP, but he's still firing, goes down with a bit of positivity, but it's Toronto who quickly hit the regain, run right into A. Meanwhile, it's a team nade for New York, low on numbers.
Yeah, and that's a big life out of Skies right there, though, because there's no trophy to work with for the Subliners. He's able to hold down that God Hecklich, take down 2, and shut down that early pressure from Ultra over towards the B point. And now you're allowing your SMGs to still roaming towards the diner. Ultra have not been able to complete a segment over towards A. You do take down Kismet. You have more bodies on this side of the map. With Insight finding that second, you're still going to be here. Should be able to get this 8 point as long as they find these kills, and Kleenex finds another.
Kleenex runs right into Priesta's lap. Eventually does get traded, but Toronto desperately to get at least one segment on the board, and we'll see if they can start to build upon it. And with that being the case, still a few players scattered throughout the middle side of the map, basically working as scouts, trying to make the life count more in favor of you. Scrap nearly finds a second, however, with him dropping, that now puts a little bit more pressure on the players inside the point. Kleenex, absolute beams. One last heroic moment for New York, and it does not work out. Another minute added on.
And now this is a scary situation because all the Subliners players put a lot of pressure over towards A. No one has bedroom control. They only have control of double deaths, but at least Hydra and Skies are able to take down 2, make it 3. It looked like to be a Subliners mistake. They may go for it with the gunny, but they take back control of the bedroom.
Still with a lot of time.
Early up by 1 live. 1 minute and 20 remaining.
Yeah, and that's really the goal, right, Jay? When it comes down to hotel control, where you're on the attack, it's about those flanks, but it's more importantly about the bedroom control. If you can get somebody established in there, get the defense out of your base, you stand a much better chance of walking away with it, and that is really the objective right now from Mr. Scrappy. Get Hydra out of here. Unsuccessful in doing so, but the venture will continue. Time continues to tick. All 8 players alive. A team fight's getting ready to occur. And as we said, every single kill means that much more for Toronto as they begin their pursuit for the first time, really, at B.
And they're just trying to take bedroom control. They still know that Hydra is behind them. Also, where is Kismet? Scraps is going to go for the snap. Now they're getting all the players all spawn, but where is Hydra? Scraps finds him as well. Ultra gonna try to do it again the same way that they played Hotel Control. They're gonna come out in round number 1. The stack is in. Scrap on a 5-3. This is looking like Ultra's round.
Oh, it absolutely is. Nobody from New York should surely get here in time. They saw up Priestman with the day.
Beautiful round from Toronto.
Answer.
I love to see the stack.
Control. And Jay, the teamwork that they just put on display right there was insane. We saw the free cam. You have players going in and out of POV. That was so well timed from Toronto. You can just tell that they are familiar with being in a position like this. And my God, round 1 win. As we've talked about it, Toronto, the #1 control team on this season. And this is a map that they absolutely adore. First round goes to them as we reset sides. Now it's New York's turn on the offense.
Now the Subliners need to make up for it. Completely let go of that round number 1. Initial fights all around the middle of the map. Just going to try to extend this time. They know that Toronto have trophy systems. We can't go over towards B, so let's just go over towards A, get the easy one out the way. Try to keep up in the slaying. They have all map control right now. Toronto Ultra, they're not going to put pressure over towards A. They're just going to fight for that bedroom side. And it might come back to bite them because Subliners, they're finding all the kills in the feed.
And they've only died 1 time so far throughout this round. We got 1 player stalling things out on A. Meanwhile, the other players, normally 3v4 is not going to work out. It's looking perfect right now for NYSL. Nearly done over at A. That player eventually drops, but you've stalled perfectly. This is the best case scenario for New York so far to kick off this round. 2 segments, a 3rd one that's nearly there. Fight still going down. Toronto finally are able to answer. But Jay, you can see it inside of the segments. NYSL, they just made a huge dent here in round 2.
Yeah, Subliners just did exactly what they needed to do. Perfect rotation over towards B. You find a kill through the middle of the map. Now you need 1 segment left at A and also B. Toronto Ultra, they're just getting all the kills at the right time. The only player in this position is going to be Kleenex once Kismet finds that trade. A's going to be done and dusted. So the Subliners are up by 2 lives. We have 1:48 to work with for 1 segment over towards B. It has to be picture perfect for Ultra, because all Subliners need is 1 opportunity.
The way you started off that round has now left you in a fantastic position. Now we start to get into the gritty part of the round. Toronto, you've got to remain sound. You've got to remain solid. And with high-hit teams like that, it's not going to be easy. 1 3-man down, 4-man down type of situation in this round quickly can go the way of NYSL. Looking to answer here on the attacking side. As the numbers start to get beefed on up, to the spawn they go.
And you see the setup that Subliners are trying to do. You have 1 player committing to the super overextension. Team of 2 right through main deck while Priest is holding down bedroom. So this can start to get out of hand. Should allow Kismet to find this trade, but Hixie with 2 might have just did enough for Toronto Ultra to shut down that push. And Insight finds 2 with the TAC 56. To now keep the Subliners in the back of their base. Time is still ticking. Insight can't win the next gunfight. Earn himself a cruise missile, but already a job done from Ultra. Just need to hold down 1 to 2 more good pushes.
That's what it takes, right? When you're in a defensive situation like this, you're just trying to lock down 1 more segment. Hixie going big, Insight going big, trying to remain on that spree. Another huge gunfight there for Charlie Hicks. As it's 3 quick ones for Toronto, New York starting to sweat it. 30 seconds as that time continues to flow. 1 last good push at this if you're New York, as they are desperately searching for some map control.
The scrap is literally in the back of the base, like just spawn killing the players coming off spawn. If you try to wrap back towards bed, you're gonna die. And Insight is just holding down the middle of the map. It's only 10 seconds left. Subliners have to make a move on it. Skies and Kismet, they combine for 2. You also have a player going on that deep flank, so it's on the last 2 guys that are here. Insight is gonna come off spawn, scrap drops. Hixie still in bedroom. He's gotta contest it.
Kleenex going big. Oh, the pinch charges in.
Oh.
Put him down to
Wow. Huge play by Kleenex there to hold him off.
crowd loving it. And that round swung constantly. Every direction, Jay. New York, excellent start. Toronto to the mid-round. New York finds the opening, but it's Kleenex to the rescue. Toronto holds on.
And that's what makes Toronto Ultra the best control team in the game. Subliners were able to complete 2 segments towards both points with a minute left. They extend that time to a minute 48, only allow 1 segment that's needed to clutch up on the round. But Ultra, every single time, it got a little scary. Someone was going massive in the kill department. Majority of that round, it was Hixie. So now Ultra up 2-0. All momentum on their side. They're chaining it into the next round. That's another 3 dead. Let's get A out the way.
And that round, that last one, has got to infuse you with quite a bit of confidence. I mean, you can just tell these guys are ready to shoot. They're ready to fire. Multiple players right now on sprees, but none more deadly right now than Kleenex, especially in the close quarters. He's going for pre-fires just based off the sound cues. This man is ready for this control to be over, and right now, we're on his time. Eventually drops, but you can tell what that does for the rest of the Ultra. It opens things up as now you've got player 1 and player 2, Scrap and Hixie, already here at the B zone.
And they can get on the point. All of Subliners players are behind enemy lines. They're gonna put himself in a position to potentially contest. Does he spot Priest towards bottom left? No, he does not. A freebie for Priest to take Scrap off of that B point. Subliners maintaining map controls. Priest finds another. But with Hixie in this position, just gotta take your time, wait for your teammates to get into the play. If you can get a kill, even better. Puts down a couple shots onto Skies, but is not able to finish it, and that leads to him finding Priesta. This is the opportunity for Ultra to potentially close it out.
Exactly right. Bedroom control gained, and right now Insight in the best position. At least finds one. Now setting up Hixie. Has got to be careful as the rotation, the overextension, a few players from middle. Nade lands over the top, and now nobody's going to sit in that objective. So the time will continue to go down as Toronto prepare to regroup, and based off of Kleenex, who will try to lead them inside of that zone and get the game done here.
The Ultra just trying to find their way on. You have one player from the Subliners sitting towards bottom bed. Insight wins the gunfight on a player overextending. Just got to take down Hydra, and now that's going to be 3 dead in the feed. Sky's the closest one towards main desk. The stack is going to be here. Ultra, progression starting to go up quick for this second segment. You do have one player from the Subliners going for that deep flank, but Kleenex takes him down. The second segment is about to be in.
One more segment to go, and they're finding the necessary kills. Sky is trying to save the day. It's all up to him. Hixie puts him down. Here comes the stack. It's a nade over the top. Kismet keeps it vacant for the moment.
It's tied.
Everybody falls, but Insight instantly answers, waiting for reinforcements. Both teams trying to build up for the final minute. Lives favoring Toronto, but they are falling by the wayside. Hydra, with a quick few, now has kept this game still in the balance.
And Subliners only have 6 lives remaining. Keep in mind, Insight has that cruise missile. This might be the opportunity to call it in, get the info, and try to close it out in 3. Priest and Kismet, though,
they were so close to getting it.
Still holding strong.
What?
Unfortunately, can't finish the kill on the Insight, and that has no more respawns for the Subliners.
What?
Insight, more like Iron Man. He just took every single bullet and remains intact. 3 lives remain. Explosions everywhere. Toronto
only 2 lives left. Kismet and Hydra.
Victory, and it's 1 life left. Hydra down. Toronto answer in control.
What was that?
It's a hot 3-0 for the best control team in.
That was crazy, man. Insight took like 18 bullets to the chest, and he just got up and smoked Kismet. I don't even know what that was all about. I might have to check that out later, but the Toronto Ultra take the map lead 2-1 over the New York Subliners. What the hell? I didn't do that. What the hell was that? Oh, man. It looked like Hixie standing with his face against the wall. Well, we got an embassy hardpoint. Let's just get into that one.
3 fashion. It was a very close control all the way into round number 5. You make those small adjustments, and now it's a 3-0. This was a map that they did end up getting smoked on. So I'm definitely not concerned for Toronto Ultra to make these adjustments going into this Embassy hardpoint. They're the hometown team. They're trying to make this one easy and extend their championship Sunday. And it's just got to be better holds over towards Kitchen. If you rotate over towards the Kitchen side, you cannot get instantly broken. That was the game-changing hard point last time these guys matched up.
Yeah, you talk about Kitchen. It also just feels like when these teams faced off, New York was just ahead of the game when it came down to rotations. Toronto obviously favored right now, but you really like what you've seen recently from New York on this Embassy. As into the hard point we go. P1 oftentimes not really going to be an HP that you walk away with all that much time on. Regardless of it, both teams looking for the bottom side of the map. That's really going to be the bigger focus of the two. Then to this one we go. Big battles going on throughout the map, but it's Kleenex starting things off 3-0.
Yeah, and if you are Ultra, it's a good job of just keeping them off of this P1 time, but with you spawning on that better side. Last time they were able to get a full 30 seconds to chain it over toward the P2. And now the Subliners are finding all the kills at the right time with only 15 seconds left remaining at P1. It's a huge one-on-one gunfight between Hixie and Priesta. Hixie wins it for Toronto Ultra to take streak control. Now how long can he stay alive with his multiple players from the Subliners trying to take him down?
Oh, big battles. Kleenex, he's looking pretty much
two big kills over there at the P2 area.
Which New York was coming from. Now we prepare for P2 inside of the parking lot. Explosions everywhere. It's actually, well, Scrappy taking down his good old buddy Hixie, so that's not going to make things that much easier. But thankfully for Toronto, they have managed to lock things down regardless. A quick and early lead change. And Jay, it's kind of shocking, given the position that Toronto has. You didn't have early spawns, you have a team kill, yet you're the ones walking away with the time.
Yeah, that just can't happen if you are the Subliners. You got to clutch up in these gunfights in these crucial moments. Kismet finds another 2 in the feed, but look at the turnaround.
Oh,
so
Kleenex.
far from Kleenex. Not the best map, #1, but already sitting at 10-3.
Ow.
This 20 seconds is going to go in favor of the Ultra. Hydra still here to contest, but it's all about that rotation towards top AC. It's going to be the Subliners here early, but Kleenex, if he wins this one-on-one, he's the guy that can go on the pitch.
Good nade from Priesta.
Potentially coming in. Like he is a magnet to engagements
but
right now.
New York has the P3 rotation.
Does eventually fall, but this is really the hard
Can
point
Ultra
to
break
stress
them down
right?
here.
These next two
They have a good lead,
really start
about 30
to lock
points.
down time. A full 60 obviously gets New York right back in the driver's seat. So into servers we go. And Toronto beginning their first plan of attack. Look at this setup right now from New York. They had pretty much everybody spread out and cutting down Toronto really right off the spawn. Oh my! Marcus Priesta wins an up-close gunfight. This has been what?
That was gross.
If you're Skies, you've seen nobody yet.
This is picture perfect right now if you are Subliners. Everyone pushed out certain ways, just wanting them all the way towards the parking lot. Ultra have not been able to get close towards top AC, and this was the difference maker as well. Subliners with a full 60 hold potentially. With only 20 seconds left. You have a couple players from Ultra still putting on pressure, but you will take that if you are New York. Win the rotation over towards P4.
Looks like
Get good time off of that P3 to take a little bit of a lead.
But New York Subliners
right
on
now,
rotation
Subliners
again,
in the driver's seat.
looking good. They're going to have the lead pretty quick.
Oh
wow, maybe not.
Right, but it's Inside who's able to win it. Unreal stuff as now we prepare for the office. A quick 1v1 engagement, and for the moment, it is going to be Hixie that locks away the seconds.
Spoke too
Toronto
soon.
starting to pretty much
Toronto
formulate.
can close out this game with a win here on that 4.
Getting everybody in position, bringing out a lot of the Vaznev. Scrap putting big fights toward the outside. Makes it 2, and with that, it is a 4 spree. For young Mr. Ernst, 2 more away, and he's got himself a cruise missile. This has been excellent work and a great answer from Toronto so far.
It's a beautiful answer from Toronto Ultra. We saw Subliners at the P3 spawn them all so far away from that hill that they were not able to contest it, and Ultra do it for at least 40 seconds there. So they're still in the lead by 20 points. Just got to win a couple gunfights off the rotation. The only player you got to focus on is Skies. Kleenex takes him down, and that's going to be Ultra winning a rotation again over towards Kitchen. But this was the turning point last time around. It was easy breaks from the Subliners. How's the setup going to be different from Ultra?
See how Toronto can start to learn. We talked about it. Both teams went to the drawing board after their prior series, trying to learn from previous mistakes. And Toronto hold things down in Kitchen. First blood going to go the way of Priesta. Here come the fights. Vaznev's out. Close quarter engagements is what this hill is all about. It's the instant break from NYSL.
And that is the turning point of the game. Send Skies to the back end. Kismet through the front. They find all the kills, and now Toronto Ultra spawning out. Have to try to get in towards this Kitchen hill. But every time they at least get one, Subliners are there to trade. Priest is able to find two.
This
Hixie
feels
does
so
break it for
mixy.
now. Him and Insight trying to
Hixie
hold this
gets
down,
mixy.
allowing their teammates to get back into the play. And that's such a big break right there from Ultra. They are 11th in the league at successfully finding breaks. And if they can find a couple more in this game, they're going to be able to close out this series. Much needed time for Ultra to have the lead after the first set of rotations.
Yeah, potentially a sign of things to come. If you are the Ultra, that is great time that they're able to lock up toward the end there at P5. So now we reset. Second set of rotations is inbound, and it's a 27-point advantage right now for the hometown team. Trying to
Good
close
patience
out New
there
York
from Hixie.
here. And right now, like we said, it is about the positioning. New York, for the moment, we're not spawning on the more favorable spot side. Now 2 players spawn toward the bottom. Both teams trying to handle business. And right now for Hixie, he's just trying to make sure that things are all solid inside of P1. And currently it is. Back and forth we go. New York, now with everybody off spawn, they begin to pounce. And now they've got the time inside of middle. Hydra, great
Good
work.
shot. 6th streak by Hydra.
Got a cruise missile to work with. But definitely start to use that as this game starts to get it later after this one. But on the scrap. Great reaction time right there out of Hydra. Wins such a crucial one-on-one. He's a little bit of delusional confidence right there.
Yeah.
That one-on-one child versus Insight. But Subliners still in this game.
Heat check.
Ultra have to be thinking how we're going to be able to break onto this P2 hard point. It starts by taking down Priesta. You can take this street control. It's going to be a beautiful hold for Ultra to blow this game wide open.
But it's an unfortunate team kill, so Toronto a little bit low on numbers, and that will allow for New York's break to be that much easier. It's a big 1v1 to the point. Kleenex makes a dent and keeps this hard point at least at bay for the time. And if you're the team in the lead right now, you will take that, given New York's positioning. Skies recognizes the vacant hard point and now will jump in himself. And currently, it is NYSL finding the kills that they need to.
Tie game.
Finding the kills off the spawn. And currently in sequence.
Hydra is already on rotation.
Separated by 1 point. And Toronto, they get the late break, but it's about this rotation. That is what this is all about.
Yeah, they need another break over towards the top AC because that's where you allow the Subliners to get right back into the game. You get that final 15, that's great. But it's got to be a perfect break over towards the top AC. We're going to have Scratch that AR putting himself in towards top PD as well. So there's multiple different angles that Toronto Ultra are trying to put pressure on. But
that was
none
a
of those
good
angles lead
setup
to a
there
kill.
by
Clean
NYSL. 4 down.
Subliners is now going to allow them to take the lead. Now control the spawns as well.
And this is what we talked about, right? Coming into this map, it was going to be based off of rotations. As you said, Toronto, they go for the last second break for 15 seconds. And with that, it now allows for NYSL to have so much free time over at the ACs. 30 seconds uncontested and 30 more that very well could belong to them too. A quick lead change and Scrap able to dance for 2. Getting sturdy over toward the top of the ACs as we continue to battle back and forth. Such a neck and neck game, and it feels like for NYSL now it's about backing up and preparing for office. A late break for Ultra, but another rotation netted for New York.
Now this is the opportunity with Subliners.
So close.
Set up properly. Ultra know that they had to take
it's going to come down to Ultra having to break at the end. And I don't think they're going to be able to. We'll see though. They haven't been able to break NYSL yet.
To win this one-on-one he does, but Ultra, they're finding the break. It's only Scraps though.
So with Scraps, waiting for reinforcements to come off a spawn. Kismet doesn't know where to look, thankfully. They'll be able to walk away with the kill regardless. Another lead change inbound, and at this point in the game, let's step aside and see how the comms are sounding. A check-in with the Subliners.
I have a shot out the door.
I'm playing you. I have H2. I have H2. Make a push. I have it.
H1, one shot. No, you're good. He's going H1 bath, okay? Take your time on this break. H1 bath, don't peek him. Nice one orange.
Yeah, one more in hit a house. Stay live ult. Nice.
They rotated. Your gas, low gas.
I'm stunning right, right?
Low gas. Nice. One hill for sure.
I'm pinching P2.
Yo, they got full range, guys. They got full range. Ready for range?
I'm watching orange. He went into orange.
2-0.
Take the time break, bro. This break is huge. Nice.
Collapse together, alright? Don't go fast. Wait.
I'm going him.
There's plenty orange.
Nice.
Go.
I have your help. I started.
Spawn.
PD, yo, P1, P1.
Could be gas,
I
could be gas.
I need P1.
Yeah, one's going for launch, I think.
Yo, here, here, gas. I need gas, Paco. I have your gas. You get heal?
I have your laundry.
I spawned in for
Turn.
laundry.
We get heal, please.
One for laundry.
I'll get heal.
Yeah,
I have laundry.
Laundry, you said.
Nice. Yo, there's one.
Gas.
PD spawn.
Help me over.
Yeah, you're good. Laundry dead.
That's one on me.
I'm watching my time. I got you.
Yo, they spawn PD. They spawn PD is feud.
How about the
Yo,
communication coming
Kismet's
from
like,
New York?
someone
Jay, we
please
talked about that
get
P1
Hill.
again. Hydra right now is running wild, having a blast on the map at 30 and 20.
But 12 seconds for the win for NYSL. They're gonna have to do it on P1.
Away from closing things out here in Game 4 and forcing us the distance.
Yeah, with that break, Hydra might have just called it. And now the Subliners, they're already on the P1. There's only 1 second left that is needed. Subliners just need one opportunity.
That's it.
Kismet might have just got it done. The Subliners clutch up into map number 4 and force the Game 5.
Yep, NYSL absolutely hold it down as Toronto Ultra just could not break them. NYSL on rotation every time, and I knew there was going to be a time when they just could not get the break, and they were able to clutch it up there at the end for NYSL to force the map 5. Scrap 23 and 26, Kleenex 29 and 33, Hydra though 31 and 20. Absolutely slaying out. We got one map left in this match. It's a Mercado search and destroy. Let's get it.
Back.
Oh, too far.
Blueprint, they're writing everything down. The same thing has been said for New York. Both of these teams who have won majors throughout this season, right after saw a very quick fall from grace, and now they're trying to return back to prior season form. Game 5, here we come, here we go. Round 1 on Mercado starts now.
You can already see Toronto Ultra. They chuck all the nades over towards that A site, but nothing is going to connect, so they get that info early on. The Subliners might be putting pressure over towards 10. It's going to be Hicksy in a great position. If he turns this corner, he could potentially find 2. Can he find the timing?
Oh, accidentally, I thought for a moment was rather about to eat that stun. So for New York, it's a quick little check over at 10 and a quick pirouette toward the other side of the map. So Hicksy, no idea. He was the one standing strong, and 2 players just around the corner, but they will look to reposition. A little late on it, but here come New York. Kleenex, shifty movement, just to escape. Manages to dodge the line of sight check there from Skies, but here come New York. A quick answer here from Toronto. Scrap low on HP, has got to use Daddy to maybe escape. 25 seconds left, and the snipe is out from Caesar.
Oh, and he gets the info as well,
1v1.
so now it's a 1v1.
Kismet versus
Just
Scrap.
towards putting his palm down. Kismet has found himself in multiple 1v1 scenarios. He puts himself in a nice spot, but he doesn't go for the...
Oh!
my God! Kismet with the snap! How does he win that gunfight? How does he win that gunfight? You see the frustration on Scrap's face.
I gotta see it again. Oh! Oh, goodness!
Oh, that one's got a sting, but the Bulldog comes out in round number 1. Makes the clutch happen. Puts
He
the
just
bomb
gunned
down.
Scrap out of his shorts.
Wins an insane gunfight.
He
to
just
clutch
missed.
Up and take the first round.
He just
we
missed
gotta
those
see
last
it again.
few
Look
shots.
how many shots he hits him with. Did he all of a sudden become Michael Jackson or something? He was just dodging all the shots. New York take first round.
Oh my goodness, that was unbelievable. It looked like from our POV, Scrap had that kill. Dead to rights. You saw the frustration on his face after the opening round loss, but they got to get that out of their minds and be prepared. Now for round number 2, their first look at attack. Here we go.
They're just playing this patient. But Subliners are trying to solo out Insight, and it works out to perfection. Hydra with the first blood. Now Toronto in a man-down advantage. Hicksy does make it a 3v3 now. Great shots. Let's just commit towards getting this bomb down.
But take a look at Hydra. I thought for a moment he was going to instantly commit to that flank. He and Scrap having battles. It looks like that one will have to wait for a little bit longer. Time continues to tick, and now what Toronto have done have forced New York to come to them. 2 players from one side, and it's Hydra on the other. Scrappy, ready and prepared. Surely it's not another close-range fight lost, and it is! Hydra walks away with it, and now New York are trying to hunt down where Toronto are. Hicksy, it's all up to him.
I thought Kleenex was in a good spot.
New York.
But Sky's gunned him too. Wow.
Subliners just clutch up. They get the first
beaming
blood.
right now.
Even though the bomb does get planted, it was on Hydra winning that one-on-one versus Scrap. The Tax 56 in your hand, I would have liked to see him play top balcony, put himself in a better positioning with that AR. But up close and personal, Hydra is not worried. Wins that one-on-one. Hixie was there for the trade, but the rest of the Subliners applied the pressure. Find the final 2 kills, secure the defuse, and now up 2-0.
A frustrating start to the search and destroy. New York instantly answer, building upon the momentum that they earned at that last hard point. And as Kismet quickly and fiery through the tunnels, and Skies will answer off the rip with the first blood. Kleenex out of the picture as he is yet to find a kill. You rely on that guy so often in your opening engagements, and once more he is out of the round. New York.
3v4.
Their round to lose. 4v3 bomb planted.
Yeah, this round is basically locked up for the Subliners. You find the second kill off the Scrap. Now it's a 4v2. You know that inside is close as well. Priest lines them up. Now it's all on Hixie in the 1v4. Subliners, another first blood. You apply the pressure over towards Hedge.
Here on map 5.
Once Kismet jumps on top dumpster, you get that bomb down. You know they can't retake from that side. Priest the hose down tunnel. Gets a couple freebies.
Golden acorn.
So far, the Subliners playing flawless in this game 5, 3-0.
And I don't know about you, Jay, but just given the way that the hard point concluded, I mean, if you are Toronto, I know that it's currently 0-3, but this is a round that you have got to take.
Yeah.
Just with how clean that last one looked, you can tell New York starting to get comfortable here on Mercado. A must-win for Ultra coming up, and it cannot come at the hands of another first blood loss. So far, all 3 have gone the way of NYSL. As into this attack we go. Everybody hanging out over at A, hanging out inside of Cantina.
Ultra, they're just going to try to put the bomb down. Nice little stretch spot right there from Hixie. So now you're going to force Subliners to 4v4 retake. You have 2 players popping that dead silence. It's going to be that SMG duo working that deep flank. It's actually going to be 3 players while Sky's on the opposing side. Can he hold strong while his teammates are putting pressure to his back end?
Scraps is a little bit exposed. He's got to be careful here. He just lost insight. Can he escape with his life? Just narrowly does. 20 seconds on the bomb. New York starting to get a move on. Kleenex gets on the board. Kismet drops.
2v2.
Into the 2v2 we go. Hydra does not spot Kleenex over toward the hedge. Now he does. New York with bomb site control. They're winning the fights. It's a 1v1. Hydra tagged up. Will not be able to add a 4th on the books. But can he add a 4th to the streak? Hixie dies to the bomb, but regardless for Toronto, you escape bruised and battered, but with the 1 next to your name.
Yeah, Hixie just made the play happen right there. He gets that bomb down. He finds the first kill over towards the yellow truck, and is not slowed down. Aggressive through tunnel to find the second 1v1 gunfight. And he knows the clock is on my side. Just cannot die in these moments, and he plays it beautifully. So allow Ultra to get their very first round of the map. Back to the defensive side they go. And with the Subliners on their attacks, it's looking like they're going to put pressure over towards B. It falls into the hands of Hixie.
Yeah, with that utility toss, Hixie is instantly going to be able to give communication over to the teammates. Hey, this is clearly where they are going. Some audio cues. Is he ready? Yes, he is. Great work from Charlie Hicks over the top rope. Ends up falling, so with that, it's a freebie for NYSL. Deddy popped on the side of Hydra. And in the meantime, we've got some action going on over on the A site. It's a 2v1 on one side of the map, but a 2v1 on the other. Ball about to go down. Scraps there for the read.
Scraps makes the play. Takes down Kismet. Now you know the bomb's down towards B. Filling himself a little bit. Let's try to go for the trade. He has bullets in his gun, but eventually it lines up to find a final.
There you go, Scrap.
And Scrap makes it happen. Ultra, 2 rounds in a row.
That is a bad man, ladies and gentlemen. Brought a knife to the gunfight. Hits him with a bullet. Drops Skies. Kleenex falls, and he's ready to take down the other. So many situations, Jay. 2 rounds, as a matter of fact, that went the way of New York. Came at the cost of Scrappy dying in an influential situation. This time, he makes
Inside,
good on it.
0-5,
3 kills in that round, and
have to
Toronto
step up.
right back
Have
in it.
to.
So far, it's only him and Ixie.
There you go, Kleenex.
Taking over in their search and destroy, but Kleenex is able to find the first blood.
There you go.
Able to find the second. You do not see this type of pressure up towards heads with an AR. It's a 1v4. It's all done. Toronto Ultra with 3 straight rounds. The time the
Toronto
game
wants to
at
try to
3,
come back.
They have come alive.
What was it, Jay? Like 30 seconds ago, I was like, okay, this round's pretty important for Toronto. And just like that, here they come, roaring back in front of their fans, in front of family, and in front of Tilt.
Guys,
3-3.
By the way.
What's that?
Tilt's got the dance.
You got pissed
yeah,
on.
during the commercial breaks.
Yeah, he was getting down, man.
Having a great time. He's starting to boogie. If Scraps wins this series, may have to do a little bit of a dance together. Get sturdy on the main stage. Into round 7 we go. The big gun brought out from Scrappy.
Skies.
Who starts things off with a pick on him. Kismet the second.
Yeah, Skies with the big first blood on the scrap, but Kismet being the island player, he wins a one-on-one versus Ixie. So now it's inside and Kleenex. Haven't really had the best S&D as Kismet makes him pay for it. Toby, Mr. Kleenex, the tissue is an issue. Left in a 1v3.
1v3. Have you got the ice, Kleenex? A situation that is never easy. Working on information, but it's just so difficult to even get to this bomb site. Have to remove so much utility, and now gonna have to give its position away. Oh my God, dodges a sniper bullet, but the second one is there to land. 3 rounds that New York let go this time. They finally get back on the board and reclaim their advantage.
Yeah, Subliners just committed over towards that B site. Once Skies finds that first blood through the middle of the map, it's a great angle onto Scrap. It was a sniper battle, but he's able to get the better of him and then finds the final kill on the round. I don't know how that first bullet misses, but he makes up for it with the second. And that's just a round right there where Ultra can't get 2-piece by Kismet. He's the only player over towards that A site. The island player trying to make an individual play happen. And he finds 2 to lead to the Subliners getting the round. Back up 4-3.
So far in this game, New York dominant in the first bloods, 5-2. Toronto. You've been so clutch when you've been winning a majority of your rounds without even having the opening engagement, and this time it continues to go the other direction. You can tell for Kleenex he thought he had one for sure, but instantly on reply, it is 2, nearly the third. Hixie felt like he had it. He's tagged up 2 players. You have all the information in the world right now if you're Ultra.
Yeah, I would put the bomb down in this situation. You already spotted Kismet through the middle of the map. You know that Skies was definitely over towards heads, but Kismet, I don't know
Skies
if he
got
has that
another
but he does
one.
get taken down by Insight.
He's gonna need to get
Skies
2 more.
takes down Scrap. Now with 40 seconds left, it's a 1v2 with the bomb going over towards B.
You can tell Toronto so hesitant. Skies has been sensational so far with the snipe. And I believe he did pick up a weapon off the ground, so I don't think it's just the SPX that he's going to have in his arsenal. Bomb planted. Can he find anything? That'll be the question. You've got to be careful if you're Ultra. They know who they're facing off against.
Okay, 35 seconds. Trying to get some kind of information. Because he doesn't have that silence to work with. Trophy system in the back pocket. So if you are Hixie and Insight, just hold strong in towards the 10 setup. Skies rats back through back alley. Still nothing. No info gain.
15 seconds. Sniper in hand. Bow! Misses it. And Toronto.
If he hits that no-scope there, it's disgusting.
Gets a little scary toward the end, and I don't think that Skies was able to find a weapon off the ground. There's surely no way he's feeling that confident. Bringing a sniper into a close quarter situation. It looked like he did a weapon swap in the middle of the map, but regardless of it, too many bodies. If you are Toronto, you lose the first blood, but you answer back in every kill after.
And that's the round right there where Hydra put himself in a great position towards Barbershop. But he was super committed on going on that flank. And once he drops, puts his team in a disadvantage. Just got to hold down that power spot next time around. Keep your man up. Now tied up at 4, Priest finds another first blood. A lot of pressure over towards the heads. There's still players, 2 players from Toronto Ultra in this position. They're waiting for the jump up.
Let's take a look at Hixie. Oh, Hixie gets red, and now it's instantly all on to Scrap. A 1v4 and clean as you like.
Wow.
Subliners
Subliners
do
one
damage.
away.
here in this round and now have put themselves on series point.
They find the first blood. They apply the pressure over towards Hedge. One player did have an opportunity to make it through tunnel, but that line of sight was being watched. So now the Subliners get a clean 4 in that round. So now put them at game point. Toronto Ultra, the crowd behind them, gonna have to try to bring this one back.
Jay, they need a first blood. They need a first blood. They have 2 so far. We played 9 rounds. Ultra, it has to start with an opening kill. As they begin their pursuit on the attack, it is utility toss, and it is the first blood.
Scraps takes down Skies. Now you can get this bomb down. 92% chance at winning the round whenever it's planted. Now you put it even better. So you're in the man-up advantage. You have Heiser going on the super late flank. Kismet and Priesta trying to work through middle. But time is starting to tick. They're wasting a lot of time.
Scrap with information. Tags in the Hydra. 2 players making their way through the back alley. Smart decision. Back away. Make New York have to come to you. As they
Priesta gets one. Scrap with the trade, though.
Scrap able to answer. 2v2. We continue to battle.
Oh, NYSL! Win!
Be there for the retake. It's a stunner.
Wow!
As they punch
They do it!
digits. And that is the series.
They put down Ultra, who had the whole arena behind them. Beautiful plays with such adversity. Wow, Kismet won a huge round against Scrap. He's just kicking himself over that one, but I mean, they lost by 2 rounds, so even if they win that round, it still goes to round 11. Let's see. We got a post-game interview.
York to control the pace a lot of the times in those 1 and 4s as well. So I think they can learn that once they kind of don't fall into the trap.
Okay, never mind. But so we are going to end this episode here of the Hard Carry. All we have left is the grand finals. Or no, it's the losers finals. Minnesota Rocker versus the New York Subliners. And the winner of that one goes on to the grand finals. So we got 2 more matches today. Stick around for more Call of Duty action.